And not an hour later, I ran downstairs to get my mail. You ever notice how life kind of has a way of teaching you the same lesson over and over again until you kind of get it? There I was, key in the lock, and I heard, "Are you Filipina? What are you?" The mailman. And I'm not gonna lie, my first inclination was to turn around and start cursing. Instead, stuck out my hand. "Hi, I'm Christina. My mom's white, my dad's Chinese. You're a good mix," he said. I've come to learn that the greatest tool that you can have is tremendous empathy. I've reinvented myself too. And I've been through self-sabotage and winning and losing and succeeding and failing. And I've changed my life in ways that I never would have dreamed, just by focusing on strengthening my empathy skills. I've found strength in empathy. I've found love in empathy. I've found hope in empathy. I've found wealth in empathy. And I have found forgiveness in empathy. Computers, tech, unconscious bias, diversity and inclusion, connection. And what emotional intelligence tells us, because I speak a lot about emotional intelligence, I speak a lot about communication, about how we're connecting with other people at any given moment, and that authenticity. What emotional intelligence tells us is that our brains have this quality called neuroplasticity. And that means that you can teach an old dog new tricks. We didn't think you could do that before, right? And so essentially, with repetition, or if the stimulus is strong enough, then you can create those new neural pathways. And the more you activate, the more you stimulate that nervous system, that connection, essentially the deeper the groove. You can change your story. I think I've kind of shown that today. You can change your story and you can just get over it. So these are some ways that you can change your story. The only important thing you need to do is ask about, what story are you telling yourself? What story are you telling others? And how does it change depending on the person in front of you? UX creates life experience. If I have to think about it, it takes me out of the experience. But if you make the process so clean and so smooth that you're just funneling people down to your conversion goals, it creates an experience that's very pleasant, and I'm going to be much more likely to come back to your website. Does that make sense?
My top priorities are contribution and connection, and that's what really lights me up on fire. Volunteering with the kids and teaching them that from start to finish, it's a process. It can be messy, and that's okay. And so I do things like, oh, you know what? It's just an experiment. Let's just see what happens. Let's just try it. We'll be in the Girl Scouts, and I'm like, oh, I'm not sure if I do this or if I do that, because they want it to be perfect, right? They're so intimidated by blogging, by our blogging class, and they really want that Girls in Tech blogging badge. And so